everyone, I'm a Violet here, and today I am making a new video about Ninjago. Today we are doing a season review over a season of Ninjago. Ninjago is a show that was produced in 2009 and now is still continuing until this day. It still has strong seasons, strong sets, but you have to admit, lots of the seasons are quite poor. So I wanted to go break down for one of them, and since it's one of the worst seasons, if not the worst season, that's Pro Empire. I know a lot of people like the season, but I don't really see how it's one of the best seasons. Like, it's just kind of disappointing. And it's just pretty much a bit of a waste. Now, just a question. How do I rank them? Well, easy. I rank them from plot, how the characters act, visuals, importance, and entertainment. So let's get started. So Pro Empire has to get, for the plot, I'm going to start giving off this plot with a 2. And that's kind of a bit of a generous 2. I could give it a 3. I could be that generous, but I don't think the plot was that strong. I don't even think there was a plot. Apart from, go save the day as usual. I could have gave it a 3 for that. But they were just kind of inconsistent with that. But they were just more inconsistent with the story, if you know what I mean. I mean, look, the plot even had an episode where people just kept dying. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That was just a full episode.
Also, not to mention, there were some pretty cheesy parts in this. Come on, Jay, just stop.
Characteristics. I'm gonna have to give it a 0. There's no one gets character development or anything. Jay just gets serious in like an episode or so, and that's when he starts being cool. I didn't really find any of the characters interesting. I mean, the Lloyd and Harumi fight, that was sword development, but it wasn't really much to actually add to at least 1% of development. It's just they didn't really add up to development properly. Visuals, I'll give it a 3. Just generous 3. But the only reason why I'm just giving it a 3, like, 3's not bad as a number, as I'm giving it. But there was just a little too much light green, which I just don't really like what Ninjago does. Ninjago J sets have a lot of this light green stuff they use for him. Well, I just think they should just use light yellow, like they did for Techno J once. But, I think just, it's interesting to look at. I'm not saying it's not. It's quite an interesting season to look at. But it's nothing I can consider the best. Not to mention, I'm really not really a fan of the stretch animation, like, it's not bad animation, I'm saying, but it just doesn't feel something that comes out of Ninjago. It just kind of felt something else. And I know this is a new type of different studio animation, but you don't really see video games doing that at all. Importance, I'm sorry, it's gonna get a 0. I know loads of you are kind of run to me right now for this video, but the importance is not, it's not great. But the importance is not really important. Like, I get they mention it, like, I hear them mention it all the time, but they just mention it because they just feel like it. They just mention it because they want to. They mention it for unnecessary reasons. They didn't need to mention it so many times during the series. I don't think that was quite necessary of them to do. Like, you could just pretend that the season just exists. You could just pretend that the plot didn't exist. Like, I get they reference it a lot, but really, I don't think there's any need to reference it a lot. I get that one scene in season 15 where they do mention it, but at the same time, they don't need to always mention it. Because Pro Empire should just be a season where it just should be non-canon. Like, it has no effect on the story whatsoever. No effect. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing important about this season. They could have done anything. They could have given Zane development and, like, made him, focus on what he did in season 11 with the Ice Emperor shit. But no, they chose to just go with boring old plot. And entertainment, I'm gonna have to give it a 2. I just don't think it's that interesting with its entertainment. Like, I would watch it again, but there's quite a lot of plot holes in them for you to not actually understand. It's just, I don't really like how it just copies Skybound. It's pretty basic, to be honest. I don't see creative in it. There's nothing creative about Pro Empire. It's just a video game where people die, which that happens in other stuff as well. It's not the only thing. But Ninjago Pro Empire, this plot definitely deserves a 2, I'm not gonna lie. And there you have it, that's my review on Pro Empire. I don't like the season, as you know, it was quite obvious. But I think the season could have, been not just more than a waste. Because honestly, it has no reason to exist whatsoever. And also, the voice acting, no, it's not great. It's the same thing. Honestly, this season was quite overhyped for its time. I don't see why it was that great. But anyways, if you want to see another rant video or a phrase video about Ninjago, make sure you like this video and subscribe. Till next time, bye. Also, another thing, Prime Empire also won an Emmy for their amazing art, but seriously, there's nothing amazing about art. Like, I'm sorry, how did this win an Emmy exactly? Ben 10 didn't win an Emmy for its amazing movie, but this does? A poster that doesn't really reflect on anything? Just why? You could have gave an Emmy for anything else, but you gave it for Prime Empire's art. The art wasn't even that good. It should be for Skibound. Skibound had way better art than this. But then again, Skibound's first poster was not that great, if I'm going to be honest.